All right, so hello, everyone. Look, we are live in another location, okay? So look, if the internet or anything go crazy, look, stay on because we're gonna come right back on in. But look, I am Carlisa Katrina Basnight-Menendez, yes, all of that, and this is our Epic series. What does that mean? You're probably like, Epic? Yes, Epic up. That's what we're doing in the world. And I have a very special guest with us today. And she is doing just that. She's facing it, she's facing it, and she is fulfilling her purpose. Look, you all, she is the media mogul, she is the mompreneur, she is all of these things. So if you hear the minions in the background, this is real life. This is real conversation, right? And this is what we do working from home. Kids are with her 24/7. And so this is the life. So y'all don't even mind them. Look, they're young CEOs in the making. So any noise that you all hear is because I'm at the hotel. But you always show up regardless of where you are. So look, welcome. Let us know where your time tune. Look, I can't even get it right. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And we're excited to have a conversation on today with none other than, like I said, the media mogul, woman on the verge, Miss Tameka Chapman. So, Tameka, welcome, girl.
Hey, how are you? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. I appreciate it.
Look, I am excited to have you up here. Look, you all, Tameka and I are always having conversations, and it's never a 15-minute conversation because she always trying to make me do something. Okay? We have one conversation. But if you're looking to create multiple streams of income, this is your go-to woman. Because I'm telling you, one conversation with her, and she had me about 20 streams. Like, no joke. Now, I haven't implemented all 20 streams, but her mind is always going. And so, Tameka, we want to, you are, I told you, you're going to hear the minions in the background. It's okay. How many of us have children? And look, they're part of our business, right, Tameka?
Absolutely. All the way in it, okay? All the way in it.
And Tameka, you look amazing. I mean, honey, earrings, hair, everything. You better work. So look, you all, we're gonna dive right in. And so Tameka has a phenomenal story. She's an author. She's a international, okay, best-selling author. She let me make sure I put that in there. And what drew me to her is this: she has a heart to serve. She has a heart to, just support people, assist people. She has no problem giving away a wealth of knowledge, right? A 15-minute conversation with her may turn into an hour, y'all, and that's real talk. But she is a phenomenal woman, but she has a story. She has a journey, and her journey, she's going to share some of that with us. And so, Tameka, let us know, some of your journey. And I know a little bit about your story, even when it comes, because there may be a woman out there saying, you know what, I want to have kids. Like y'all hear the kids in the background, right? But those are miracles.
Absolutely. Absolute miracles. So there are, I mean, with almost 8 billion people in the world, there's a number of people who have not heard my story. And I am definitely, I love to share it because it's a story of a journey, I should say, a journey of tests and trials, as well as perseverance to keep going. And so in 1999, I met and married my husband. And shortly thereafter, we wanted to start a family. That's the next thing that you think you're supposed to do. You meet the guy, you get married, you get the file, you get the house, you got the job. Now it's time to have kids so you can, fill the house with laughter and footsteps. And that was the thing that didn't happen. It didn't happen that way. We went in the order. However, it took 18 years before we had our first child. 18 years of and multiple states, multiple doctors of IVF treatments, IUI treatments, every advanced fertility option out there, we did it. So when I tell you we became mentally, spiritually, financially bankrupt trying to create a child, it took us everything to still get up and go. And there were so
So
many
let's
nights
back it
that,
up, Tameka. Let's back
uh-huh,
it up. You all hear her. She said 18 years. And there's some people out here popping out babies left and right, okay? 18 seconds.
yeah,
But you all,
yeah.
she said 18 years trying to conceive what you hear in the background. Okay,
Yeah.
who you hear in the background. And so in that 18 years, there was, I'm sure there was tears in those 18 years. There was, disappointments in those 18 years. It had to be, okay, God, this is our heart's desire. And you said that you would give it to us. And so tell us a little bit about in that time of that 18 years in the waiting, because there's some people out there listening and they're like, you know what? I'm in the waiting phase.
Yeah.
But when is it
Yeah.
going to be my time? So in
Absolutely.
that waiting phase, what were you doing?
Wow. Everything but the right thing. I was on everything but the right thing. I was not in alignment with where I needed to be. So there were so, like, when you think about the 18 years, I even broke it down to let people really know it was 6,372 days. 6,372 days. Like, I literally counted them because I wanted to know how, I mean, really, how long is 18 years? And during that time, there were nights and days of crying. There were nights and days of questioning my existence. Like, what am I here for? Like, I'm doing what I think I'm to be supposed to be doing. But why can't I have this one thing? Like, you're blessing me in every other area of my life. Why I can't have this? Like, what's the problem? I became judgmental. Every woman that I came across, every young girl that I saw, that was, a baby here, a baby there, popping out babies, popping out babies. It was hurtful to see them have kids and then not want to take care of the kids. I became judgmental of them of, I can be a better mother to these kids than they're being. Like, they're kids themselves. Like, when you going to give me mine? When is it going to be my time? So
And you
I
know what,
question.
Tameka? So many women and so many people are asking that same question. When
Yeah.
is it going to be my time? When's
Yes.
my blessing? Why am I struggling? Why haven't I obtained my
Yes.
promise? Right? My promise. And so you all in that time, she said she was doing all the wrong things. She was judging people. But this is real conversation. I told you, real women, real issue, coming up with real solutions. And
Yeah.
so once you got past that point, what was it that you said, you know what? I'm gonna stop either trying or I'm just gonna give it to God.
Yeah, so it was two things that happened. In May of 2015 was the last time that I'd gone through a fertility treatment, IVF. And I told my husband, I said, I can't do this anymore. I can't take it anymore. I am done. I feel like I'm losing more of myself every time we go to the doctor and they tell me it's not positive. I feel so lost and I don't know what else to do. And so I just don't want to do anything else anymore, but just stop and just get back to just being me for a moment. And then a year later, in July of 2016, I had a physical store, had an online, not online, but a clothing boutique store. And I was at home in my home office doing inventory and doing the admin work. And I had a conversation with God. And I began to thank him for everything that he had given us, everything that I was able to achieve. And
Yes.
I felt a nudge and I was just like, okay, so what is that? Like, okay, I just thanked you for everything. Like, what else do you want me to say? I don't know what else to do, right? And so I then started to apologize. I started to
Mm,
apologize for just random stuff that I could think of that I had possibly done,
right,
you know, to think the way that I had been thinking for so long, even
right,
arguments with my husband, feeling certain way towards people. Like, I
right.
apologize for everything. And then the ultimate apology, I actually apologized to God for trying to do his job of
Come
creating
on.
life,
Now
right?
put a pin in that. How many
Right?
times are we saying, God, I want this, and I'm praying for this, and I may even be fasting for this, and I'm doing all of the things. But you know what? I'm trying to do your job too. Because when we do that, what are we saying to him? That you're not working fast enough for me.
Yeah.
You're not on
Yeah.
my time. And are you really on my side? And so after all of that, so judging others, looking at other people, doing all the wrong things, after really even going back and repenting, because that's what she did, you all. She repented and she's like, you know what? Let
Yeah.
me thank you for what I do have. Let me thank you for where I am currently. Some of us need to just type thank you in the comments. Type thank you
Yes.
in the comments. We need to thank some people. We need to thank God for where we are. And so let's fast forward a little bit. After all of that, 18 years of waiting, when you found out you were expected, where were you and what did you
Oh,
do?
listen, I tear up every time I even think about this moment because it is so real. And, even though it happened now almost 4 years ago, my oldest is almost 4, it still feels so real. After I apologized to God, 2 months later, I found out that we were 2 months pregnant. It was a total surprise. Wasn't expecting it. I finally said, okay, God, I put it in your hands. If it's meant, you are going to make it happen. I shouldn't have to go through this much hell and high water just to have something. It shouldn't be that way. That's not how it happens. When you are in alignment, when you are trusting
Yes,
God's word, He blesses
yes,
you. He gives you exactly what your heart desires. And so I was at home and I called my husband. I said, can you pick up some pregnancy tests? Because a friend of mine told me, I was acting crazy. I need to see what was going on with me. And so when I called him and I asked him, I said, can you please pick up some pregnancy tests? He was shocked. He's like, what? Are you serious right now? And I was like, well, I don't know. Let's just try it. So he brought the old school ones home. You got to have the lines on. I was like, I don't understand that. I don't want those. Give me the digital ones that's going to tell me yes or no. So even though he brought them, I used both of them. They both actually said positive. And I was like, nah, something wrong with
wow,
that. I threw them away. And so we went to the
wow.
store, purchased the digital one, and I said, I'll just use it in the morning and just see what it says. And the thing came back, yes. When I tell you I was in tears, I woke him up. He was still in the bed sleeping. I was like, you are not going to believe this.
But think about it. Think about it, you all. For those who are tuning in, there was a yes. There was a yes. So even after waiting, Lindsay Bivens says, yes, the result of surrender. So when we surrender, when we obey, you all, there is a yes. There may be some no's. It may be an 18-year wait. It may be an 18-minute wait. But nevertheless, how are you going to wait? Right? If you don't take anything else from this conversation on this evening, how are you going to wait in your waiting season? Do you even recognize the season that you're in? How do you wait in your waiting season? Are you complaining? Are you still joyous? What are you doing? 18 years. Do you know how
Yeah.
many people give up in 18 seconds? So many
Yes.
people give up. And look, to whoever's out there listening, don't give up because you're right on the brink of a blessing. Don't give up. If you give up now, you're going to abort the mission. If you give up now, if she would have gave up, if her and her husband would have gave up, the little people that you hear in the background wouldn't have happened. But in
Nope.
God's timing, right? His timing ain't
Yes.
our timing.
Yes.
Put that in the chat. His timing ain't our timing. Point blank period. And so I love you all. This is a powerful testimony because there's so many women out there with fertility issues. There's so many women feeling like, hey, I'm less than a woman because I can't
Yeah.
birth a child. There's so many women saying, you know what? Everyone else out here popping these babies left and right, and they can't even take care of them. What about me? How many of us have asked,
Yeah.
what about me? And so when we fast forward, y'all, 18 years, umpteen years ago, and y'all hear the two blessings in the back. And they always live wire like this, y'all. Always 24.
All the time.
But that is
They're
the
a total blessing.
blessing. That is the blessing in the waiting.
Yes.
Right? So there's a blessing in your waiting, so don't give up. Let's go to some of these comments really quick. Keitra says, serve while you wait. Come on, Keitra.
Yes.
Serve while you, that's good.
Yes.
Oh, that's real good.
I,
Serve
I
while you
like
wait.
that.
I like
Yes.
that. Selena says,
Absolutely.
timing is not our timing. Joy said, his timing
Amen.
is not ours. Amen.
Amen.
Keitra, Keitra,
Amen.
get you some tissues, honey. Get you some tissues. Lindsay says, powerful testimony to me. Powerful. And you all, this is why we have to share our story. because there's another woman out there crying herself to sleep, wondering,
Yeah.
she may even have lost the baby, not even thinking that you can't conceive. But how many of
Yeah.
us are pregnant now? Not even the natural. We're pregnant now with the idea. We're pregnant now with the gift. And so, Tameka, what would you say? Because you're a full time entrepreneur. Y'all, she became a full time entrepreneur.
Yes.
What would you say to the woman who's in her waiting season and she's really in a birthing season as well, but she's in her waiting season? What would you say to that woman?
I would say to her to, hearing my message is not necessarily that you have to be going through fertility issues or some medical issues. This is about life, your life, your career, your business, whatever that is. Like Carlika said, you are in your birthing season of something amazing. And you
Yes,
can't give up. You have to keep going no matter what obstacle comes your way. You have to let go of the self doubt that it's not going to happen for me, or what if it don't happen for me, or what if I fail, what if it don't go the way that I'm expecting it to go. Well, nothing ever goes the way we expect it to go. However, I will say you have to learn how to enjoy your journey while you're on it. You have to, just a comment, serve while you wait. It is, you have to learn how to enjoy the journey, because had you know I went through so many years of feeling all kinds of ways that you shouldn't feel, questioning my existence, again, being judgmental, not wanting to deal with anybody, shutting down. Like, I was still smiling and bubbly. However, I had my own internal hell that I was going through, and so had I not been able to pull myself up out of that and then look back and say, wow, there are some lessons that I learned along the way. So I have lessons, that I've learned of how much courage I have, how much love I have, and how much strength I really have. And it's not the physical strength; it's the mental strength. It's the mental strength. It's your
yes,
spiritual
yes,
strength.
and that's the
It's the
thing.
strength that
When
you
we don't,
need.
when, yes, and when we don't work that mental strength, right? You got to work
Yes,
your mental muscle. And so, even with the ladies, if you have not registered, then you go ahead and get registered for the Epic Boot Camp. Because what are we doing? We are flexing our confidence muscle. Because guess what? It
yes,
takes confidence to wait 18 years. It takes patience to wait for 18 years, knowing that the blessing is going to manifest. It takes you
yes.
saying F it, that you know
There
what,
you
F
go.
it, I'm gonna surrender to God, F it, I'm gonna wait on Him, and when in His timing, I'm not gonna listen to anyone else, because there'd be a lot of outside noise. Girl, you sure you gonna get pregnant? Oh, girl,
Oh
you sure
wow,
you wanna
yes.
do that, start that business? Oh, girl, you think you? Y'all better give it. What you gonna look at? I be looking on F it. Yes, I am, and so that brings us into Tameka being an entrepreneur. You all gonna hear some talking in the background. But as her being a full time, you being a full time entrepreneur, there are definitely so many successes. You all, she has her own TV networking, mogul media. She's birthed so many things. So not only did she birth the little ones in the background, she's birthed purpose. She's birthed vision. And so in that, Tameka, though you've had so many successes, what are some of the struggles as an entrepreneur?
Yes, let's talk about the struggle, okay? Let's talk about the
It's
struggle.
real.
First of all, time management. Like, that's the big thing, right? Time management and productivity. Those are like the two main things that you have to really focus on, outside of knowing, having clarity in what you're doing and who you're doing it for. Time management, because time slips away real easy, real easy. And I learned a long time ago, stay off of Facebook, stay off of Instagram, stay off of any social media out there, right? And spend the time how you need to spend the time. Um, Again, productivity. How are you spending your time? Like, what are you really doing? Are you doing things that really make a difference, or really will make a difference in not only the people who you're serving, but in your life as well? Because again, even though you are working to impact others, you still want to have that impact upon your own life as well. For me, I want to be able to say, yes, I helped somebody else move forward or help them take the next step. but I want to feel good about it. So the time that I'm spending, or quote unquote wasting, um, how is that working? How is that working? And then self care, like those are
Yeah.
struggles. These struggles, finding time for yourself. Is y'all hear these kids? Y'all hear? I call them old grown folks. Okay, these are my old soul babies, the toddlers, my mini
Yes.
moguls.
But
They
you said it. Self-care, and so many
yeah,
times as women and men, because we may have some male listeners as well, we all stretch ourselves. We
yes,
all go push to the limits. We try to push it to the max. And then we look up and it's like, oh my God, I'm not really taking care of me. And when I say taking care of me, I'm talking about your mental, your physical, your
yes,
emotional. And
yes,
sometimes we end up losing ourselves with all of the things that we're involved in. You all know the other night I said, develop a spirit of no. Sometimes you got
yes,
to say no. And so
absolutely.
in your journey of entrepreneurship, give us some tips. That person who's saying, I'm on the fence. I feel like I want to start a business, but or I feel like I want some other streams of income. I want to make some more money, but I'm scared. I don't really know where to start. I don't know what to do. What tips would you give someone?
I would say it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared, but you still have to make a forward movement to start to dissipate that fear, to start to
Yeah.
move out of that fear. There's a phrase that says, "Do it afraid." No matter if you're afraid, do it. Just do it afraid. And I remember, oh my gosh, so long ago, I'm actually a distinguished Toastmaster, right? And so, as when I first began that journey of speaking, when I first began that journey of speaking, I would get up there, my hands would clam up, and my feet would go numb, and I'd be freezing all over. And I asked one of the guys who had been there for years, I said, "Listen, I'm scared. I'm freaking out right now." Like, it was only a 3-minute presentation, but I was just like, what am I supposed to be talking about? Like, right now, right now. And so he says, "Tameka, listen, all of that you have inside of you, just speak through it. Get up there." He says, "Because listen, I've seen you in the hallway talking. I've seen you laughing and making other folks feel comfortable. So just be yourself. Don't worry
Yeah.
about trying to be somebody else. Don't worry about trying to do what somebody else is doing. Do it your way." And that's what
That's
I would tell
powerful.
you.
That
Yes,
is
right?
powerful because too many times, y'all, it's one thing to glean, but it's one thing to
Yeah.
wish you were somebody else. You know who I wish I was? Who I am, who God has called me to
Absolutely.
be, and who I am
Yes.
becoming. Because that is powerful. And I believe, even with a lot of entrepreneurs, that's the downfall. There's no
Yep.
transparency in just being you,
Yeah.
just be
Yeah. That's so
yourself.
true. So true. And that's really how I've lived. The majority, really and truly, that's how I lived my life. But when it came to speaking, I was just like, listen, I don't want these folks to judge me. I'm not the most polished speaker. I use country slang. I'm a big country. I got some hood talking at times. So I just want people to accept me. And again, it's all about just being you, because whoever you are speaking to, whoever needs to hear what you have to say, they need to hear how you're going to say it. They haven't
Yes,
gotten the lesson from somebody else. So in entrepreneurship, do your business the way that you do your business, not the way that somebody
yes,
else is doing it. Because the way that you serve, the way that you teach, the way that you give, somebody out there is needing it just that way. So don't
yep.
you
The
know?
way
Don't
that
compare yourself,
you Right, the way that
right?
you deliver it. And one other thing that I'll add to that is your delivery. And then with your delivery, it's your stories that resonate with someone. It's your stories that someone is going to say, wow, that touched my heart. Right. And so we see you, Selena. Yes, Selena said, I'm Selena B. That's me. Yes, you
Yes.
are. And welcome. Look, some of these ladies have been joining us every single day so far, ladies, and we're going all the way to the 31st. And so Serene says, being my best self. Yes. Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
That's the beauty of it. When you're just free to be you, that's what effort is all about.
Yeah.
Just free to be you. You don't have to copy anyone else. You don't have to sound like anyone else. You don't have to look like anyone else. You can look how you want to look. It doesn't matter. It
Yes.
doesn't matter. And so look, Selena says that is the key to learn the lessons. We have to learn the
Yes.
lessons. And even in entrepreneurship, we've learned some hard ones. Woo-wee.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's why you have people like Tameka who are out here, no fluff, giving it to you just like it is, not trying to just trying to get you to support you to that next level. And so you see the information right here, her mogul media, notebook, profits. So Tameka, tell us a little bit about that. This is what she's promoting currently, you all. And this is the thing. Some people don't want you coming on their broadcast promoting your own stuff. That ain't me.
Right?
So let us know. Let the women know, let the people know what you got going on.
Absolutely. So this is actually called From the Notebook to Net Profits. And it's all about helping women, specifically moms, the ones that I know I really serve, learn how to take that one big idea that they've been writing down, that they have it in their journals. They have like 50 million journals, and all the journals have say the same thing. It's just
Same thing.
different different variations of the same big idea. Well, let's take that big idea and let's make it into a full business that you have been dreaming to create. That's what the program is about, and this is the fast version of it. I have a 30-day version, which is a little bit more extensive. It goes into greater detail of every step. But this what we have here tonight, it is a 3-hour session. In 3 hours, I only have room for 30 women because it is intensive, but it is going to help you go from your one big idea, get clarity on whether it's a real idea, who you're serving, who really want to hear it, how are you going to talk to them, how are you going to market it to them, make sure that they are engaging with you so that they will purchase from you, right? Because that's the ultimate game in entrepreneurship. You have to sell something to say, that you're doing, that you're in business. If you're not
Right.
making money, it's just an expensive hobby. So you just want to make sure that's what we are teaching you, how to go from your notebook to net profits. And that's what this course is about. And of course, if you click on the link, you'll learn more about the course, everything that'll be covered, and then sign up. It's and actually I have a $50 off coupon. So if you use the code Mogul Moms, MOGULMOMS, you will get $50 off of the course, and that's for anybody
Look, you
that
all.
wants to
Look,
partake in it.
this is what ethic is all about. It's about taking action. It's about saying, you know what, I'm worth every penny that I spend on, not spend, invest in myself, right? Some of us are not investing enough in ourselves, and then some of us keep investing into the wrong things.
Yes.
Some of us need to use the resources that we already have and go back over them. And so, but I can tell you, Tameka is a phenomenal woman. She's definitely a
Thank
woman
you.
that's a God's own heart. And when it comes to the business, y'all, she ain't gonna play no games with you. Okay? Now, you think Jesus be stretching you? This chick was stretched. Now, you all, she said one of her 5 things is Jesus is my bro, my bruh.
Bruh,
So
bruh, listen.
Jesus is her bruh. Let me tell you, she will have you stretched, but she's a phenomenal individual. And look, get connected. Get connected. She's the author, all of these amazing things. But one thing she says, perseverance, right?
Yes.
And if you haven't learned anything over this course of time, since the pandemic, and even before the pandemic, and after the pandemic, you got to persevere. Quit giving up
Yes.
so much and develop your ethic attitude. You have to face it.
Absolutely.
You have to face your challenges. We can't keep running. We can't keep playing hide and seek and peekaboo. That's what you play with the kids, okay? That's what you play with the business. You are
Peekaboo.
the same peekaboo. Do you see me? Can you see me? So you are the face of your brand. And even if you're saying you're on this or you're catching this in the replay that I don't want to start a business, you don't have to. But what you have to do is walk in your purpose.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
you're going to do that. You don't have to start a business, but walking in your purpose, you
Mhm.
can make extra income from walking in your purpose. So when are you going to
Absolutely.
say effort? When are you going to say I'm stepping out, I'm stepping up, and I'm going to speak up? Because if Tameka can't shut up sharing her story, you all. She can't. Why? Because it's another woman out there
Yeah.
waiting.
Absolutely.
And that's just one of her stories. But I know that if that blessed you or if that touched you, go ahead and hit the share button. You already know how we do. We've been doing this since Monday, so you already know the routine. And once you hit share, type in the comment, share. That's part of accountability. Hit the share button. This is what the Epic series is all about. And so you saying, how can I support? I just told you, hit the share button. Share this out so someone else can be blessed. Hot flash, y'all. You already
Yes.
know that too. So someone else can be blessed. So someone else, you don't know what someone needs. You don't know what someone's been praying for. And this broadcast
Absolutely.
right here could be it. So Tameka, before we wrap up, because look, you all, she got the babies, they start calling her, they're gonna start getting in the camera in a minute. Give us one word, one last word of advice, and fun that you like to do as well.
Something fun that I like to do. Okay, so one word of advice. Carlika has already hit on it, but I like to give you the great definition of perseverance. You know, Merriam-Webster has her definition, but I also like to slay it because it is the will, the drive, the oomph behind you to just keep going, no matter what obstacle comes your way, no matter how long it takes, and no matter if you're thinking it's going to work, you're going to find a way to either do three things. You're going to walk around it, climb over it, or you're going to find a way to knock it down, face it, and walk right over it, right? Walk
Yes.
on it and just go. I'm a big girl, even though these kids running me like crazy. I'm not doing all the exercise and going around it or trying to climb over it. I'm more willing to just knock it down, find a way to knock it down and walk. Because when you are facing that fear, when you are facing that self-doubt like head on, you are now able to move forward in a way in life that you probably wouldn't have been able to do so. So make sure
I
that
love it.
whatever you're facing, whatever that obstacle is, don't find a way to avoid it. Don't find a way to go around it and not deal with it head on, especially if it's something that could impact your life and the lives of others. Find a
Right.
way to face it and make it happen.
Look, y'all, run
Um,
that thing over with a bulldozer, okay? F it like never
right.
before. Get you some grit. Get you some grit.
Absolutely.
And quit falling down all over the place. Stand up and stand face. And so, Tameka, we have about 30 seconds or so. So what's your so I know you do fun things with the kids all the time because they keep her 110% busy plus 24, y'all. I'm telling you from my experience on the phone. But we thank you. You all persevere.
Yes.
Miss Westine said, and ladies, we see you and we appreciate you all tuning in at 5 p.m. Right?
Yes.
Some of you are probably getting off of work
Appreciate
and
you.
everything. And so Miss Westine said so much confirmation in the last 2 days. Miss Westine, this was no one but God. No one but God. I'm telling you. Like he was like epic series. And I was like, okay, Jesus, I'm on it. And every woman that I reached out to, they said yes. That's alignment, you all.
Yes.
Alignment. Thank you so much for sharing, Keatrice. Selena says, stop running. Yes, y'all, we ain't running unless you on the treadmill or trying to work out. That's what we running to drop off weight. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Someone said, face your challenges. Teacher
Yes.
said, run over it. Pastor Barbara Van says, so proud of you, love this. I love you too, God Mom. I love you, love you, love you. So look, you all, this is Tameka Chapman, and this has been another episode. And I'm having a hot flash. Y'all already know how I do. I'm leaning all out the camera, out the frame. Look, it's okay though. We showed up, Tameka, with the kids
We
in the
love you. We
background.
love you. And listen. They quiet because they into something right now. That's the only reason you really don't hear them right now. So when I
Right,
get
I was
off of
about to say
here,
what they up to. What they up to? Y'all don't see the background. Let me tell you, you know we transparent. Y'all, I didn't prop the ring light up on the back of the laptop. I'm on the phone, but we showed up. It doesn't matter. We persevere. We persevere and we showed up. You are so welcome, Joyce. Thank you. Thank you all for
thank you
tuning in.
all.
Thank you
Yes,
for
thank you.
sharing. Right, this is not just possible, it's possible because of you. It's possible because of
Yes,
people tuning in and sharing out so the message can be heard around the globe. So this has
around
been
the
another
globe. Yes.
episode of the Epic series. Connect with Tameka Chapman all over across social media on Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook. Connect, ladies. It's about connecting and building relationships. So until the next time, I'm Carlita Katrina Basnight-Menendez. Yes, all of that. Remember, when you change your perspective, You changed your life. Tameka, go get my babies. Go get them fed. You know they always hungry.
Thank
I
you
love
for the
you.
opportunity. I appreciate you. Love you too, Mama. Have a good evening.
You too.
Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
everyone.
Thank y'all for tuning in to us.